So here we are at the river for some wonderful partner yoga, thanking Tanya and Sue for being our wonderful yoginis. So with our heart centers placed back to back, we breathe in unison, centering, grounding through the sit bones, feeling the length in the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, big, beautiful breaths together. And exhale. Finding yourself completely present on the mat today. Together. One more. Now reaching the arms out, east and west, palm to palm, one over, one under. We're going to inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, place them back down, straight across. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, placing back down. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, engaging in a little spinal twist. We're going to take one arm forward on one thigh and one on your partner's thigh behind you, pressing into each thigh. Inhale, find yourself lengthening the spine first. Exhale, moving around, using the other's back to center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, switching sides, a little lovely spinal twist. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Find the peace as your gaze comes around, your belly comes around, your shoulders come around to the other side. Last breath. Back to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Now moving on to a shared boat. We're going to switch sides, hip to hip. Feet flat, knees bent, holding on to each other's biceps. Lengthen the spine, engage the core, and just lean back and breathe. Right there, perhaps the opposite hand comes open in the same direction as the body, lengthening, a nice square, looking forward, keeping both shoulders in line. Perhaps you add the full boat, raising the right leg and left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring those feet back down, release the biceps, and shuffle back so you're feet to feet. Wonderful souls meeting souls in more ways than one. Nice curled toes, hanging onto each other's hands at the wrist for protection so you're not yanking on the fingers. So pressing into the right foot, one against each other and reaching. Pressing into the opposite foot, one against each other and reaching. Inhale. Exhale, pressing. Bringing those feet back down once again. We're going to open the legs a little bit and then grab opposite hands in between the knees. And the other hand perhaps flat on the mat beside you. As we again engage the right leg, pressing in, lifting. The left leg, pressing in and lifting. And that hand may come up in the air, straight up, and then maybe towards the opposite behind you. Extending, reaching back. Inhale. Exhale, maybe bringing the hands back to the center this time, finding yourself switching, and then opening up the chest as you straighten the legs and reach back to the beautiful river behind you. Look back there too. Look right in that direction, breathing. And then bring it back to center. Both feet come down. Uncrossing the hands and finding yourself holding once again equal in your hands, pressing the feet left and then right, up to the ceiling, up to the beautiful sky, and then lengthen the toes, press the hands in, breathing. Inhale. Exhale, and float those feet back down. As we take our hands into the mat and shift hips, side by side, hip to hip, holding on to each other's biceps fairly gently, yet firmly, leaning back into your boat. Keep the shoulders squared, engage that pelvic floor, the core, and then lift the arm up in the angle of the body, looking forward. Your gaze is forward, your chest is forward, lengthen out the spine, and perhaps you add your full boat, raising those legs up to the sky, breathing. Inhale, draw that belly in. Exhale, place it back down and release that boat, shifting forward, coming back to back once again in this wonderful, wonderful shared flow. Breathing into couples Dandasana. We're going to just do a little forward fold and back bend at the same time, a beautiful display, inhaling and folding forward, exhaling and relaxing back. Just allow the exhale to soften the forward fold. 3 breaths. Allow this next exhale to open the chest. 1 more. Follow it to the end of the exhale completely. And then the top person will just engage your belly, and the other person will walk your hands back. Pause here for a second. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward and draw your head back and relax and open the body, allowing the support of the other person to let that chest just float open. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. And at the end of that exhale, the back bend will engage the core, the hands will walk up in the forward bend, and we'll just interlace our fingers as we did in the beginning and raise our hands up. Inhale. Exhale, place it back down. This time we're going to interlace our elbows. There we go. Get the feet flat. Engage the core, and using a little bit of pressure against each other, just gently lift our bottoms off the mat, coming right up to standing. And turning towards me. Bring the edges of your feet together, open up nice and wide. And hold on to each other's wrists as we take the outer edge foot into our warrior 2. Outer edge foot and lengthen into that warrior 2. Perhaps the hands slide away from each other a little bit. Relax the shoulders and breathe. Feel the edge to edge of your feet engaged. Breathing softly and gently, pulling and assisting and lengthening out the arm. We're going to keep our front foot nice and rooted. Now toe heel forward a little bit more so your ankle is right underneath your knee. Very important. Engage the pelvic floor, the core. And drop that back hand gently and don't move anywhere yet. Holding right here. Inhale. Exhale and just arc back into your reclined warrior, getting the fingertips towards each other, but not necessarily meeting. That's beautiful, girls, right there. Inhale. Exhale, back to warrior 2. And finding our extended side angle. Extending that forearm onto that leg and lift up out of the side body and over. Breathing, extend. Chest up and under. And coming back up to warrior 2. Gazing through that middle finger 1 more time. And straightening that front leg. Bring both hands on your hips and both feet face forward. So establish again your feet flat against each other. Allowing the soles of the outer edges to meet. Draw the shoulders back, relax the thighs. Look up, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Have the head come down last. When you get your hands under the mat or a block, feet engaged. Once you're here, inhale and give me a halfway lift. Look forward. And then exhale back down, allowing the thighs to soften. Enjoying your Prasarita Padottanasana times 2. Beautiful breathing. Let's hear it. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling here. At the end of your next exhale, walk your hands over towards your left foot, keeping your 2 edges of your feet engaged, and then take that left hand on the hip and press into the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, looking up. Maybe the hand comes up. Beautiful, girls. Inhale. On the exhale, walk those beautiful hands over to the other side. Press that hand to the mat. Bring the hand to the elbow, to the sky first, and next inhale, bring the arms up to the sky. And exhaling, bringing that hand back down, coming to center. And now we're going to bend our knees and drag your heels together, and then your heels and your toes, bring them all the way in to hip distance apart. Rooting in those big toes. Bring those hands up the shins and straighten the legs. Look forward. Exhale, bend the knees a lot. Press into the big toe and sweep those arms right on up to standing. And bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. And find some freedom in the pose together. Thank you again, ladies. The highest in me honors the highest in you. Namaste.